Hello, how's it going tonight? It's a late one-timers episode here this Saturday. We've been off the last couple weeks, last 2 weeks. I've had a ton going on in my life, a lot of crazy stuff happening, but nonetheless, that's not an excuse. Should have been getting them out, so I apologize for that. We need to talk about what's going on in the NHL right now. The NHL is going absurd. You have the defending champions as one of the worst teams in the East. One of the worst teams. They can't score a goal to save their lives. It's pathetic. I'm pulling it up exactly right now. The Panthers thus far have scored 40 goals. 40. 4-0. That's second worst in the East. Second worst. They are minus goal differential. What? They have 7 wins, 7 losses, and an OT loss. It's been a very difficult start for them so far. Sorry for the cough. I can't believe how awful this start for the Panthers has really been. But on the flip side of that, let's go over to the top of the standings. The Montreal Canadiens have been awesome. I thought they were still a year away, maybe a piece away. I could be completely wrong. I said once we get to like 15, 22 games into the season, we really know where these teams stand. And Montreal being on 22 points, 15 games played, 10 wins, 3 losses, 2 OT losses. I mean, that's a sensational start to them for the year. I'm looking at exactly their record because I don't want to get anything wrong. They're 0-1 in the shootout. They're 5-1-1 at home. That'll work every day of the week. 5-2-1 away. That'll work every day of the week. But then a team that's, I think, interesting going on right now through 17 games is the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins are on 20 points through 17 games, which isn't great, right? The more we go, that'll expand or it'll decrease. They've been a shock to me, really, the Boston Bruins, because I've watched a couple. It's nothing impressive. There's nothing I'm watching. I'm going, oh my god, this is so impressive how it's working. I mean, pulling up the numbers so I can give you the exacts. I know Pasternak's been going really, really crazy, but 8 goals, 11 assists, 17 games. That's 19 points, giving you over a point per game. We know he's a 100-point scorer. We know he'll probably get to 110. So he's giving you what you expect. The one thing you don't like to see is he has 19 points scored, right? He's -3 plus-minus. So that means they're giving up more goals than scoring when he's on the ice. But how are they winning then? I don't get it. It's sensational that they're where they're at. I mean, Zacha's been awesome. He's sitting with 10 assists. I didn't realize this. I can tell you that for a fact. Charlie McAvoy through 16 games on 12 assists. If you have him for fantasy, you're living, buddy. Elias Lindholm, 9 points and 13. You're happy with that. I mean, Victor Arvidsson's on 8 through 17, but he's plus. Like, let's look at these plus minuses. Their best defenseman is Nikita Zadorov at a +2 with 29 penalty minutes. And by the way, when you're in the box, that affects your plus minus if they give up a goal on the penalty kill. And he's tied for third on their team in plus minus. What's happening over there in Boston? If you're a Bruins fan, you know this isn't going to last. You just have to hope that it lasts long enough to where you can actually get into a playoff spot. They're number 2 in the Atlantic right now. Ottawa, you know how I feel about Ottawa. I think they'll be contenders. They need Brady Tkachuk to come back. They've been struggling without him. They're actually a minus goal differential right now without him. They're on 19 points through 16 games. That can definitely turn around. We don't really need to talk about them. We know Brady Tkachuk brings so much to that team. He'll fix it up for them. But, my boy Timmy Stu, hopefully he can start showing out. Of course, are we shocked that they're at the top of their division over there in the Metropolitan? The Carolina Hurricanes, guess what? They look awesome. They look great. My boy Andrei Svechnikov, I need you to start doing better. I don't know why in real life you're garbage. In the game, you're lit. Love using you in the game. And because this is what we need to talk about. Let me bring the mic with me. We'll use less hands because this is what we need to talk about with them. Nikishin is on +13. What? He's played 14 games. He's +13. That's ridiculous. Mike Riley he's on +12. Double checking all of this.
because I don't want to lie to you and give you an incorrect stat and then they go, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, I don't have a stat person in my ear 24/7. I'm good with numbers, but that'd be ridiculous. Shane Gostisbehere, he's been good for fantasy. He's played 6 games. He has 7 points. That's pretty darn good. He's +8, which is crazy. Jordan Stahl. We know how much of a stud he is. But looking at this, Sebastian Aho is giving you exactly what you expect. It's just the problem with the Hurricanes is it's a big issue is they just don't perform in the playoffs. They don't. You can't. It's one of those things where it was like, oh, you can't start comparing LeBron to MJ until LeBron wins the ring, or you can't start calling McDavid one of the best until McDavid wins a ring, right? Like it's one of those things where it's like you can't call the Hurricanes this elite team even though they're there every single year. They don't win. They lose in the conference final. They lose to a team that either goes and wins the final. They lose to the team that makes it to the final, right? Like they just need to figure out how to not be the bridesmaid and start being the bride, right? Like get a guy that want to get on a knee for you, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, you're getting a lot of phone calls, a lot of texts about your homegirl, right? And she's in Mykonos, right? And she's flicking up with a ring on her finger, and you're over here with a tub of Ben and Jerry's, waiting for the guy to do it for you. You got to figure it out yourself. Another team that we expect big things out of, maybe not as big as we're getting so far, or how good they have looked, even though their recent loss to Anaheim. The New Jersey Devils. I don't know about you. I expect them to look good, especially when Jack Hughes is healthy, which is the biggest question mark. Is Jack Hughes going to be healthy for a whole year? Probably not. But guess what? So far, they're goddamn tied for the division. 15 games, 22 points. Both Carolina and New Jersey are 11 wins, 4 losses, 0 OT losses. Looking at it, Jack Hughes, 15 games, 18 points, 10 goals, 8 assists, which is a great start for Jack Hughes. Very happy with that start for Jack Hughes. If you're giving me 10 goals and he's a playmaker, yeah, happy with that through 15 games. We'll talk about McDavid and his goal output in a bit. What I like seeing is Dawson Mercer giving you a point per game, right? Jesper Bratt giving you just under. Jesper Bratt's my guy, carried me in fantasy last year. Appreciate you, Jesper, if you ever see this. But what I like the most is that Dawson Mercer's a +7. Dawson Mercer also plays on the back line PK. Not like defensive line, but he's a backup PK player. So that means he's getting out there. They're effective with him. He actually brings this team together. A lot of it. He's not Jack Hughes, right? He's not the one driving the bus. But he's not quite the backseat driver per se, but he's over here. He's the one looking up the directions on his Google Maps or his Apple Maps, right? That's what he's doing. He's looking up the directions for you. Now, here's the thing: Jack Hughes, could he look up the directions while driving? He could. He could, but that's not safe. That's not safe. We'll have Dawson Mercer do it. Luke Hughes off to a very nice start, 7 assists in 15 games. +5. You take that from your defenseman, especially on a team where, let's be honest, you do struggle to stop goals. That's been their issue going into the playoffs. When they beat the Rangers a couple years ago, the whole thing was the Rangers actually just couldn't keep up with them. The Rangers could score. It wasn't an issue about the Rangers scoring. The issue was New Jersey would get in transition, and they couldn't keep up. And so Jack Hughes was going on 2-on-1 breakaways. If they can figure out how to just steady the ship a little bit on defense, I think this could be the team that comes out of the East, especially if the Panthers, when they get Chucky back, that's still not for another month and a half, maybe even 2 months at this pace. If the Panthers, they could be looking a little scary over there. We'll talk about them a little bit more, right? Of course. Another fun surprise, the boy Sidney Crosby, the kid. He's been pretty darn good, hey? Because Sidney Crosby has 20 points in 17 games, and he's not even their best scorer right now, too. But I want to talk about Crosby because he's had the chance to leave now for 2 years, right? If he wanted out, he could have gotten out. But he said, no, I'm a one-team guy. I want to stick with this organization. They've done so many good things for me. I want to try and be there when it starts going, turning around again. Well, guess what, Crosby? You're third in the division. You guys actually look pretty decent when you're playing. And I'll be honest, And if Evgeny Malkin's going to keep giving you this output, holy crap, he might win a cup. Because Evgeny Malkin has 21 points with 18 assists. 18 assists? 17 games? What? I mean, he's not on for 100 apples. Let's not get crazy, but 70? I don't think that's crazy to say that he can't get the 70. You know, Crosby's on 11 goals. Looking at Brian Rust over here, sold me my fantasy playoffs last year, by the way. Throw that out there. But Brian Rust gave me 15 points in 15 games. Brian Rust is a point-per-game player. What? I like Brian Rust. He's good, but a point per game? We know it's not going to sit, but I feel like because this is how I do it with the NFL, right? When I think about other sports or we talk about baseball or even basketball, once I get a quarter way, that's when I can start talking, right? Like in the NFL, you play 17 games, there's 18 weeks. Once you get to like week 5, right? I'm cool to start talking about who I think are contenders and not contenders, who are contenders, who are pretenders, right? The Penguins, to me right now, are pretenders, right? I don't think that's a shock to say. You watching this, I think you agree with me there that Penguins would be pretenders. But it's fair to say that they've lost 3 times in OT. If they win 2 of those, we're not talking them on 21 points. We're talking them on 23 points, leading the Metropolitan, which is crazy. And after going to the next, we're going to go to the wild card. Sorry about that. Going to the wild card, a team that started horrible. Yeah, they've turned it up. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Tampa Bay Lightning. I told you this already. The scariest team in the East is Tampa. And I'm going to be honest with you. If I had to predict where McDavid goes, because Edmonton's not going to win a cup, right? They're not going to win the cup. If I had to predict where McDavid goes, he's going there. He's going to Tampa. Him and Nikita Kucherov, all right? Lock in. Imagine McDavid passing to Braden Point, another one of the best skaters in hockey. Come on, lock in. That'd be, as a Panthers fan, it'd be a tough day. Definitely wouldn't be happy about it. I don't want to lie about the points. I'm pretty sure Nikita Kucherov's on 22, but I don't want to lie. Where are their points? Okay, let's look at the Tampa Bay website so I can get tickets. Cool. News. Okay. Photos. All right. Podcasts. Don't care. Video schedule. Community. Team. Fans. Let's look at team. Roster. Maybe it's in roster. No, doesn't show their points or anything. Doesn't show their point. Let's just click on Nikita Kucherov. It'll show me his stats then. Nikita Kucherov, 14. Oh, whoa. Why did I think he was on 22? I'm on drugs? Oh, my God. Nikita Kucherov's on 14 points, 13 games, 7-7, -2. Nothing impressive there. Who's been going off for them? Because then I'm out of the loop on Tampa. I will happily admit. Braden Point's only giving you 3 goals in 15. If you played fantasy last year, you know what Braden Point was doing for you when he was healthy. Jesus Christ, had more goals in games played after like 30 games. Brandon Hagel, he's giving you basically a point per game. 15 games played, 14 points, 7-7. What do we think of Tampa? We think Tampa is the scariest team in the East. Way. Let's be realistic. If Barkov isn't back for the playoffs, the Panthers aren't that scary. They're not. Right? There's depth there, but their best playmaker is Barkov. And you're seeing in the Panthers right now is they're getting the puck in the zone. They don't know who to play make with. Right? Right now, Brad Marchand's doing a lot for that Panthers team. A whole lot. But the issue is he's on the 3rd line, the 2nd line. He's on the 1st line. That's why that 1st line was so lethal with Rhino, Verhaeghe, Barkov, because you gave Barkov 2 scorers. Not point guys, no, goal scorers. And Barkov's already the best defensive forward in hockey. Sam Reinhart leaves a lot to be desired, and we'll talk about Sam Bennett. But wondering how I feel about certain of these teams, like Columbus being on 14 points is a bit depressing thus far. 14 points in 14 games, definitely a bit depressing. But at the same time, let's say they play 3 more games, they get to 17 games played, they win all 3. You're going, oh, they're on 20 points through 17 games. We're fine. Panthers 15 through 15. For them to be title contenders is a worry.
It's definitely a worry. I wouldn't be very comfortable, but at the same time, we understand the Panthers' issues alongside the biggest issue of. Oh my God, I'm actually gonna crash out. You got to let me relax for half a second. Let's pull up Sam Bennett's numbers. Sam Bennett through 15 games. How much exactly are you getting paid? It's 8 something, correct? Correct? I'm getting it up here. It doesn't say on their website. What are we doing? Do we not show how much he's getting paid because we don't want him to get in trouble or something by the fans? Like, what are we doing? All right, he's getting paid over 8. Okay, all 4 of you watching, he's getting paid over $8 million a year, and I have the stats in front of me. This man's 15 games, 5 points, getting paid over 8. He's a forward, not a defenseman. He's -8. He's been the weakest link in this team. And every Panther fan will tell you, were you happy to sign him back? Yes, you were. Were you happy at over 8? No, you weren't. But that's what he was going to get in the open market because the Maple Leafs were going to give him 10.5. Imagine the Maple Leafs giving that man $10.5 million. Oh my God. The Panthers, we know what's wrong. What do you have to do to fix it? I'll be honest. I don't really know because under that Paul Maurice system, it's dump and chase. If you get possession, then we're gonna go to either trapezoid, and we want to pass from the trapezoid. But the issue is we don't have someone comfortable passing from the trapezoid on each line. We really only have 3 guys on the team that normally can do that. Well, here's the issue: the best of them is out, and that means now you have only 2 lines that have a chance of really scoring in that offense instead of 3, and that's where the Panthers falter. Now let's go over to the West. This is a shorter podcast tonight, by the way. I'm doing it late. I apologize, but it's a shorter one. Colorado Avalanche. They already have 5 OT losses. I have this running joke with buddies of mine, right? And I'm sure you guys have buddies you guys have running jokes with that are pretty similar. One of my friends is a New York Rangers fan, right? You know, he's a Panther fan, he says first. BS. He's a Rangers fan. And the Rangers, the year they lost to New Jersey, by the way, you know, the whole thing was there's no quit in New York. There's no quit in New York. There's no quit. They're going to do it. Well, I went and looked at the numbers. Since the salary cap, they had the 3rd most OT losses in a season. So what do you know? They get to the playoffs. They lose all 4 OT games in 2 rounds. Weird. This is concerning for me as someone who likes the Avs, who likes the guys on the Avs. Because you have Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon, Marty Necas, which nope, everyone stop. We're talking about the Marty Necas contract. Everyone lock in. So, my mic fell. You didn't want to pay Mikko Rantanen because he was too expensive, right? That was the reasoning. That's the reasoning they told the fans. Are you bullshitting me? Were you lying to me? Because you just paid Marty Necas $500,000 less. Marty Necas is a good player, great player. Really good player, right? Fringe all-star kind of player. We like those type of players. Those are the ones we like to be fans of. Mikko Rantanen is a top 10 player in hockey when he's healthy, right? The playoffs proved that. And even what he does in Dallas, you know, proves it. I watched him in person. You know, we beat Dallas, but you could see the talent out of Mikko Rantanen. This man, that you get rid of him because he was too expensive, but then you're paying someone $500K less. I look crazy right now because I don't get it. What does it gain? McKinnon and McCarr know how to play with Rantanen already. They know what he likes. They know exactly where he wants to puck. They know what he's going to do with the puck. Why? Marty Necas will never be better than Mikko Rantanen is in the next 3 years. Will never. Damn good player will never be that good. Right? Rantanen has a damn cup. Marty Necas has what? Couple good seasons with Carolina. Played pretty decent with Colorado when he got traded there. Like, what are we doing? We know how good these 2 players are, but it's ridiculous.
like McKinnon, oh my God. I didn't even realize McKinnon was doing this good, but this should be an issue that you technically have 6 losses in the season. By the way, one of the worst rules in hockey is that an OT loss is basically worth almost the exact same as a win, because the difference between 2 and 1 doesn't really come up that much at the end of the season. I think hockey should, the NHL, not hockey, the NHL should adapt to really like professional soccer, where a win's 3, a draw's 1, but we'll call the OT 1. How much more rewarding does that win feel then? Because now that's 3x the points. That's all I'm going to say about that. But Nathan McKinnon, through 15 games, has 24 points. He is plus 13. Now, Nathan McKinnon, if you don't know, is a freak of nature. An absolute freak job. He's getting you 21 and a half minutes per night, right? That's down from the last couple years where he was averaging 23 and a half. 23 and a half is basically a first-line defenseman on some teams. Your starting center's doing it because he's taking like 2-minute shifts in the NHL. What? Like, just so you guys understand, an NHL shift, if you don't know, goes around 30 to 45 seconds, maybe a minute if you get caught out there. Maybe. That's the ideal length. This dude's giving you basically 2-minute shifts. Sometimes they just roll 3 lines if it's a tight game, and so he's getting, 30-second shifts, but he's getting them more often. The guy's an absolute freak of nature. Do I think 18% shooting will hold up? Yeah. It's what he does. It's what he's done every single year of his life. The guy's been a freak of nature since he's been in the league. He's going to continue. Like, let me get back up here. Cale Makar, you already know, I think Cale Makar is a better player than Nathan McKinnon. If you saw the Superstar Ice Pyramid, we'll get a better name. I had McKinnon as the 4th best player in hockey. I had Makar as the 3rd best player in hockey. 20 points through 15 games as a plus 14. Thank you very much. I'd give up anything. Because this man alone would put your team in the playoffs. There's one man I want to talk about in a bit who plays for the Buffalo Sabres, who I hope the Buffalo Sabres let him out of that garbage. Oh my God, that garbage of a place of Buffalo, because Rasmus Dahlin is he's one of them ones. And if you don't know, you should know. Marty Necas is giving you 18 points in 15 games because he plays on that line with McKinnon. And here's the thing is, when McKinnon's out there, if you go watch the game, Makar's out there a lot. At the same time, they want him out there together a lot, which is really weird because, sorry, I hit my mic. Because, you don't always try to link a defenseman with an offenseman just because, might mess up rotation at times. But they don't care because they know what they're going to get out of it will produce. So, but Marty Necas just getting it's disgusting that you pay Marty Necas and you don't pay oh my God, I forgot his name off the top of my head. It's on the tip of my tongue too. Oh my Lord, it's on the tip of my tongue. Mikko Rantanen, thank you very much. Look at this. I mean, Marty's 26, yeah, but 456 games, 133 goals, 211 assists, plus 37. He's plus 12 this year, so really he'd be plus 25 if he was playing flat even. And that was a Carolina. Get out of here. Get out. Please don't ever speak to me again. My favorite story of the year, we're skipping Dallas. Screw Dallas. Don't like Dallas. It's the Chicago Blackhawks. Connor Bedard. Now, I said this the moment he was drafted, right? The worst position for Connor Bedard, center. It's the worst position. He doesn't play like a center, and he's just not built to play center, right? Like Jack Hughes isn't built to play center, but Jack Hughes is so fast that he can get around it, right? Bedard's small. He's not the fastest guy on the ice. He has great mitts. He has good footwork, but that's a winger. And guess what they've been doing? He's listed as a center, but guess what they've been doing? They've been playing him at right wing in the offense. So now he's lethal. Yeah, buddy. That's what's been happening. And so what are you seeing? You're seeing, the passing of Bedard's actually pretty good because now he's out on the wing. He could see the whole ice. he doesn't feel like contractually obligated to be right in the middle and figure something out from there, because that's not where he's best. He's a goal scorer. He doesn't want to, like, he's a goal scorer that's so good at passing, but he has to just do it from the right. Thank God that they figured that out, and he's now playing on the right more often, because you have 19 centers on roster. If you look at that roster, Jesus Christ. But it's really just been Bedard carrying 25 points, 16 games played, 9 goals, 16 assists, guys. Oh my God. Imagine he finishes this year with an assist per game and finishes with 41 goals. Oh my God, I'd jump. No, don't jump, by the way. If you're listening to this, don't jump. He's also plus 10. Second on the team, Matt Griezlick is plus 11. He's giving you 4 points, but it's pretty much a defensive defenseman. That's what he's going to give you. And it's just, they've been, and wait, real quick. We already said it for Nick Foligno. Hope his daughter's all well. I don't know I don't know the story on it. I don't know if she's okay or not. If she is, thank God. If she's not, prayers to him. Moving on. Another one, and I'm disappointed in this. The Anaheim Ducks. They're first in the division. Not disappointed in that. Happy for that. I was supposed to watch one of my favorite players and my boy's favorite player, Radko Gudas, in person, and he didn't play. He hasn't played in Florida since he left because he's mad we won a cup without him. I'm telling you, that's what's happening. Sorry. It's late at night. That was aggressive. I apologize. I apologize to you. That was rude. Someone named Nutfellow liked my Instagram story, by the way. I don't know if you could see that. Oh, well. Yeah, shout out Nutfella, I guess. So, Leo Carlson has 23 points in 14 games. Yeah, that'll take you a long way. Beckett Seneca. I watched this man in person. If you haven't bought stock in him, buy it. He is him. He's him. He only has but he has 9 points in 14 games, right? He's on pace to finish with like 68. But Jesus Christ, I'm talking so fast. I'm getting air bubbles. My fault, guys. But what he's doing is he moves the puck so well. He's the guy who's opening up the zone for the rest of the guys to get space in. He's been amazing for that team. And if you haven't bought stock in him being an all-star, not even just one day, but soon, you're going to be missing out on some big stuff. Radko Gudas, I want to talk about him for a second. The captain of the Anaheim Ducks, if you didn't know. The issue is he's played 7 games. He's -5. So they actually might be better without him in there as the enforcer, quote unquote, because maybe they just need a better, wow, it's going to be weird. Maybe they just need a better player. It's not rude to say about Radko Gudas, awesome player when he was on the Flyers, came to the Panthers. Basically, there's a third line D-man, but your first line D-man and your enforcer, your captain shouldn't be a first liner. No, just saying, just throwing that out there. That's just me. Now, the Vegas Golden Knights, I'm sure everyone's interested in, correct? Yeah, Blake, we're interested. Awesome, because I'm going to talk about them because I think they're going to win a cup because Mitch Marner is him. If you didn't know, Mark Stone had 13 points in 6 games, but guess what? He's on IR. Why? I think he should get banned from the league. That's what I think. I think Mark Stone should be banned from the league because what has he done every year? Oh, amazing start the year. Oh, I'm playing really good. Oh, my knee. Oh, look at that. I'm back. Oh, 2 days before the playoffs, I'm back. Oh, what? No way. Stupid. It's ridiculous. I hate it. I hate it with all my guts. Dorofeyev, he's a GOAT for fantasy because he gives goals. He has 10 goals in 11 games. What? He has 10 goals, 1 assist. What? Thanks. I guess it's free money for you. Just bet him to score. Free money. I don't promote gambling, but what I will say is, if I tell you to bet on something, do it. Okay. Next. Winnipeg, we already know. We don't need to talk about Winnipeg because they are one of the same things as Carolina. Hellebuck just needs to perform in the playoffs. They'll be fine. It's so simple. Like, with some of these teams, everything that they need is just so simple. It's so annoying. Let's talk Edmonton. We're gonna talk Edmonton, and then we're gonna call it for the day because we're gonna go on a little spiel. Connor McDavid through 16 games is 22 points. So really good, really good. We're gonna want to ramp that up more, though. No, we're trying to be the best player of the salary cap era. 5 goals, right? Maybe going Blake 5 goals. That's fine. Sorry for yawning. Jesus. Maybe going Blake 5 goals. That's fine. It's not when you're shooting 10% and you're Connor McDavid, and I've seen you score 50. You've scored 50. I honestly think this. I mean this. I think he scored 50 just to show that he can do it. I don't think he wants to score goals. I think he just did it because he scored 50 because he chose to do it that year. But at the same time, you don't need to score goals when Leon Draisaitl is shooting 24%. Is that a joke? I didn't know this. I knew Draisaitl was playing good and it was well over a point per game. Jesus, I'm yawning and I apologize so much. I knew Draisaitl was over a point per game. Didn't know Draisaitl was giving you 24% shooting off the wing. What? Oh my God, that's crazy. This guy's insane. Leon Draisaitl, I ranked him as the second best player in hockey. If you didn't see that, I think they have the 2 best players in hockey on the same team. But Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this team? What's so wrong with them? Because I'm looking at this roster. It's the same damn roster. They added Andrew Mangiapane, I call him Mangiapane, right? It's just they're not getting. I'll be honest. It's just from what I'm seeing, they're just not scoring goals. Hold on, I have a text message. Like the yawn, Brandon. I know. Trust me, it's been a long day. You can see the hair. It's been a long day, but I'm giving you my all right now. Do you see that? I'm giving you my all right? Don't call me out, please. Jesus Christ. You don't want Brandon. He's so good looking. Go watch his podcast, by the way. Brandon, you can correct me in the messages or just in the chat. It's Tuesday and Wednesday, correct? Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday sideline. Wednesday is, what's the name of that one? It's a basketball pod, by the way. It's more heat oriented, so go watch that. But I'm looking at this. How does a team with Connor McDavid on it only have 47 goals? Let's adjust you real quick because we're going to talk now. You've given up 57 goals when your entire offense is just one line. That's fine. We know that already. So you might as well just basically just spend it all on defense. But you can't because you're a stupid organization and you paid Evan Bouchard. If I could put my head through this thing right now and not break your eardrums, I would. I just want you to know that. I would do that right now, but I'm not going to. I'm a nice guy. I'm a cool guy, right? Look me in my eyes. I'm a cool guy, but we're talking hockey still. Another team I want to talk about someone who paid a player way too much, especially because Connor McDavid's only getting 12 and a half. The Minnesota Wild and this team, right? Let's pull it up. I'm pulling it up. God, I hate this NHL website is terrible. Never let anyone tell you that it's a decent website. It's awful. I want to talk about one player on this team, not Vladimir Tarasenko, not you. There he is. Kirill Kaprizov. There he is. I got him. He has 21 points in 16 games. Guess what? You know what's crazy to have 21 points in 16 games? You're underperforming your contract. You can't be the highest paid player in hockey by, come here, $4 million. Put you back down. And not lead the league in points. Because guess what? Here's the thing is, your job now is to be the best damn player in hockey. But here's the thing. Kirill Kaprizov, fringe top 10. And you're paying him 17. The way GMs And if you're in that deep into sports with everything like that, the way a GM or how a fan should look at contracts isn't the number. The number's is never an issue. It's percentage of cap he takes up. And the issue with Kaprizov is he takes up more cap than anyone else in hockey. But I'll be honest with you, 21 points and being -4 and plus minus, so you're actually a liability to your team when you're out on the ice, technically. What are you doing? Someone needs to explain something to me, right? Someone needs to explain something to me because it's already done. You paid him. You've paid him. If anyone in here is a Minnesota Wild fan, please speak up because I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. If you had to go back and pay Kirill Kaprizov $17 million or let him walk and you $17 million to sign 4 other really good players, what would you pick? Right? Come here. Give me the 4 other players over Kirill Kaprizov. I said it. It's a sin. It's a sin. Not one of the 7 deadly ones, but it is a sin. I'll have to go repent. I might have to wait till next Sunday to repent because I already went to church. But my issue is you can't be getting paid the most money in the league. The salary cap is what, 91? I don't know exactly. But 17 million out of 91 takes up. He's around, if I'm not mistaken, like 18% of the team's cap. Not off 81. I think that's the actual salary cap. He's between 18 and 21% of the team's cap. So that means he's a fifth-year team, and you guys are worse with him on the ice. You give up more goals than you score with him on the ice. Wouldn't you be annoyed, mad, flabbergasted? And he's the most overplayed player in hockey. Because right now, the best contract in hockey is over in Edmonton with Connor McDavid, the worst contract in hockey. And even here's the issue. Is it's the worst contract in hockey, even if he led the league in points. Because Kirill Kaprizov isn't good enough to just solo the league, right? McDavid is. If I was the GM of Edmonton and Connor McDavid said, hey, I haven't won a cup. I want out. I want to go win a cup. I'll stop and go, Connor, to make you stay, I'll give you 21. Well, I think the max you can actually pay someone technically under the CBA right now is 20.3. But here's 20.3. Have it. Have it. But that might not be Vincent. I'm sorry for the yawning. I'm sorry for the lateness. I've had a crazy day. I've had a crazy couple of weeks. The guys, of course, they already know. Make sure to go follow the boys on Plug Talk Sports, right? Plug Talk Sports. They're giving me this opportunity to speak hockey to you. They're giving me the opportunity to speak just other sports. I partner with Brandon to go, not partner with him, but I'll join his podcast a lot, talk football. And of course, we have the main podcast tomorrow night. Go follow me though. Blake Corn on all social media. Well, Blake.Corn. Blake.Corn on all social media. We have a good time. We hang out. We talk. I think you guys will enjoy it. Go follow the rest of the guys. Follow everyone else. Go follow Brandon, Jonka, the voice OG, myself, and the King, Torres, Daniel. Of course, he's the head honcho of this, if you may call it. Some would even call him the who's the guy who led the cartel? I don't know, but he's the cartel drug lord leader. That's what we'll call him. And then guys, this is pathetic. This is pathetic. Jonka's trying to I put this, I was the first one to make this banner. Look at Jonka. What a child, some would say. You know what I mean? What a child. But guys, I'll be honest. I know it was short. I just wanted to give a rundown through the standings, really, because the league's upside down, right? A lot of these teams we know are top. They're struggling. The 2 teams that were in the Stanley Cup last year are 2 of the worst teams in hockey. What? It's crazy. It's crazy. I love hockey. I hope you love hockey. I mean, I can't wait for the rest of this year. Hopefully at game 35 when I come back and check and we do, well, not when my next podcast of it, but when I come back after checking these standings, hopefully the Panthers won't be dead last, which they're not dead last, but they're 1 up from last. They're tied on points, actually. Ooh, wait a minute. Are they tied on points?
Not they're 1 point up on last, but have the second worst goal differential. God, they're terrible. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. Follow me, please. I want to build clout. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. All right, have a good day, guys.